We're joined by George Mason baseball associate coach and pitching coach Sean Camp as the season is fastly approaching this weekend, and we're here with a season preview. And Sean, let's talk about the busy offseason for the Patriots. A lot of newcomers on the squad, both on the mound and also as position players.
Yeah, I think we have a tremendous group of just individuals. Obviously with 25 new bodies and some guys that have moved on. We've been able to upgrade in all different facets of the game. Speed. It's one thing I saw. Last year a lot of teams had. They had a lot of speed. I think, with the addition of Coach Terrell at third base and being a guy who can really move guys around. He was, you can say he was one of the, like the 26 guy we had on too. So pitching staff, we're going to be deep, a lot deeper than we were last year. We're going to have some good guys coming in the rotation, and we got some guys that are, that are healthy and going to get ready to go for the year.
Let's go over some of the names. We'll talk about the returners in a couple of moments, but let's go over some of those names on the mound, some of the newcomers that George Mason Patriots baseball fans are going to get to know.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple guys out of Florida. Christian Maracna, just a 6'5" guy who basically just comes down the hill, comes right at you. Made some good adjustments with him with his breaking ball and stuff, but he's got electric stuff on the mound. We got Chris Ruckdexel, transfer out of Florida State. Just very impressed by him. Not just his stuff, just his way he goes about his business every day and each day every day. Danny Hosley, is a tremendous two-way athlete. One of the best gloves I've ever seen, especially in college. And two, he's going to give a mound presence that literally is going to be someone who has been there, done that. He's going to give us a lot of innings, a lot of quality innings. Got three guys out of Niagara Community College that pitched themselves basically into the championship last year, and Ryan Peterson, Chad Gartland, and Dylan Crowley. So the list goes on and on. We got a grad transfer, Ben Shields, coming out of UMass. He's got next level stuff, 5 pitches. He's going to be healthy here for us in about a couple weeks. Really, got some incoming freshmen that they're going to be, they're going to be able to sit back and watch how these guys go about their businesses, which is one of the things that me and Coach Beasley, my assistant, talk about is watch how these guys go about their business on each and every day. Watch how they warm up, watch how they stretch, throw, post, pre, all the stuff they do. So, the list goes on and on.
And those freshmen and newcomers are going to mesh with your returning pitchers on the squad. Mason Posey, you've got Jared Lyons, obviously Lyons preseason A10 projected pitcher of the year last year, member of the A10 all-academic team, also an all-conference member as well. Big numbers, won 6 of his last 8 starts on the year after having a couple of no decisions early. Talk about that 1-2 punch you've got coming out on the weekends.
I mean, I think Mason Posey and Jared Lyons are, they're obviously veterans here. I think the biggest thing for them this year is they know they don't have to feel like they have to do everything. They don't have to be perfect. Having Matty Henson come on our staff last year, Posey and Henson and Lyons were, 3 of our best pitchers last year. So I think, all these pitchers are going to complement each other, and they all bring different things. And the one thing I will say about them too is they hold the runners well. They stay locked in. They're engaged, and also too they look around. They got all these guys behind them that they know they can go run and catch and play the ball, or and field the ball and throw the ball. So that's a huge upgrade, especially if you look around our infield. With Stallings right now we're able to put South over at first, who's unbelievable player. Danny at third. Carson Pratt at short. I mean, you got speed in the outfield. So that's the idea. Pitching and defense.
Well, you talked about South Trimble. Obviously, he's getting some recognition from around the country as well. Stallings, you mentioned him too. Just talk about those position players for just a bit. Last year, Trimble led the team in runs scored. Obviously, he's very aggressive on the bases as well. In that leadoff spot, he batted almost 400, 390 for the year. So just talk about those two players and maybe some also additions in the outfield. You've got Jordan Smith, and now you're adding in a couple of compliments as well.
Well, I mean, first of all, Sal Trimble is probably, he's one of the most liked person, on the team. He's going to give you everything he's got every day of the week, and twice on Sunday. Stallings is going to be really good if he can settle in. Last year we bumped around a little bit from short and second, this, that, and the other. But now he's got a chance to say, he doesn't have to, look ahead of him. He's got to just work hard and he's going to be able to, he's going to be able to make the plays, athletic. Carson Pratt, came out of Barton in Kansas. Just a tremendous leader on the field, just stepped right in. He can do a lot of different things. He can go the other way, he can bunt, he can run, smart on the base pass. Outfield, we got burners out there. Alex Knapp is a freshman that's going to be an impact guy for us because he can just do all the little things. Jordan can run to, he's a deer. The ball gets up in the air. If it's up there for, a couple seconds, it's going to get caught. So that's the one thing that we've been able to do. Yogi Hardigan is another young freshman that's hungry to play. Plays as hard as as a tailback in football. I mean, he just but that's their mentality. Both those kids were like all-state football players. So one other thing is Dykstra, catcher we got, junior college Gold Glove catcher, just tough as nails out of Canada. So found him through a guy I know that basically said the guy could catch in AA, and that's the one thing that Mason has had. Kyle Hayes to Dykstra. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So
how about expectations? This is always a great time of year with the season right around the corner, 7 straight games on the road to start things out. Just, everyone has high hopes at the beginning of the year, no matter what level you're playing at, be it, college, minors, in the big leagues. What are the expectations that you see yourself and the coaching staff having for the team as you enter the season?
I think any coach in a leadership role, with Skip, me, Ryan, Tyler, any of the coaches, Bees, Kyle Wright, you just want to stay consistent with your attitude and just do the little things right. Skip, that's always been, we've been talking about, it's just doing the little things right, watching the game, being a student of the game when you're not in the game, which is something that I think that collectively this staff, with some veteran guys, they help out the younger guys. You never want to hit the panic button if things don't go your way. Games are won, pitching and defense. You look at all the really great teams. So, is the pressure on me more? Yeah, sure it is, but that's fine. My job is to develop these young men on the field and just understand that pitching is more than just throwing, just getting out there and throwing as hard as you can. Learning how to pitch and hold runners, that's a big ingredient, So, obviously the first 2 weekends we're on the road. Yeah, it's great, but you know what? The boys should be excited about it. I'm excited about it, and we're going to line it up here, against a really good college baseball team in a couple days, and we're ready to go.
I also wanted to talk about the play here at the HAP. Obviously, your home field as a collegiate player, and you've played in some very tough buildings for opponents to come in, stadiums for them to come in and get wins. How important is it for this squad? And you mentioned, the smiles on their faces. This is a team that has players that like to have fun. They want to be at the ballpark. How important is it for this team to sort of, put together that home field presence here at George Mason?
Well, I have a lot of pride in this in here, and that's and being at George Mason. I remember, just it seemed like yesterday, my career was over, and now I'm back here coaching out here. But it's you got to own your home turf. I remember, all the years I played, the hardest things to do was to go on the road and play play in Fenway, and you got people on top of you, and you feel like the stadium's rocking back and forth. But a lot of times too, we focus on the things that we can do right, and we focus on playing the game out, playing as hard as we can until the end. Even if we're in the game or out of the game, playing all the way to the end, because that motivation and that carries on to the next day, whether it be practice, the next game. When the game's over, you got to turn it off. You got to wait. You got to win the day. That's it.
Well, Sean, we're looking forward to watching this team play throughout the course of the season, and big things to come for George Mason baseball.
I appreciate you, Steve. Thanks so much.